April 12th. The Man from the Country. Luke chapter 23, verse 26. And as they led Jesus away, they seized one Simon of Cyrene, who was coming in from the country, and laid on him the cross to carry it behind Jesus. God's ways are mysterious and often completely unpredictable. Only ignorance or arrogance, and perhaps a combination of both, would lead us to think that we can know exactly what he is doing in our lives, or exactly how he will work things together for our good. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. But it isn't only what God does that is so amazing. It is also when he does it. Both his ways and his timing are perfect. Take Simon of Cyrene, who came from what is modern-day Libya. We meet him as he is walking into Jerusalem from the country. Had he made a pilgrimage from his hometown to celebrate the Passover? The city was always crowded at Passover, but perhaps he had found accommodation in one of the surrounding villages. Who knows what thoughts were passing through his mind as he walked into the city on that Friday morning? Perhaps he was realizing a lifelong ambition, Passover in Jerusalem. But now, with no warning, Simon finds himself turned around in the opposite direction by a Roman execution squad. He is conscripted to carry the cross on which one of their 3 prisoners is to be crucified. The condemned man appears to have been so badly beaten that he can no longer carry it. The cross, or at least the crossbeam, is placed on Simon's shoulder. He now walks the road to Calvary in the footsteps of Jesus. Those who watched these events unfolding must have thought, tough luck, just in exactly the wrong place at the wrong time. Perhaps Simon thought the same, at least at first. Luke says no more. It was enough for him to let the picture speak for itself. It is a dramatic representation of the words of Jesus that Luke had recorded earlier. If you're going to be Jesus' disciple, you need to take up the cross daily and follow him. Chapter 14, verse 27. Simon is an acted parable of what it means to be a Christian. But Mark fills in an extra detail. They compelled a passer-by, Simon of Cyrene, who was coming in from the country, the father of Alexander and Rufus, to carry his cross. Mark chapter 15, verse 21. So, how did Mark know who Alexander and Rufus were? And why would he mention this detail? Presumably because these 2 sons of Simon of Cyrene became Christians and were known to the early church. And could this be the same Rufus who Paul describes in Romans 16, verse 13, as chosen in the Lord, and whose mother was a mother to me as well? Think of it. Simon's sons became Christians, and his wife. It seems likely that in God's amazing providence, this man who was once forced to carry the cross of Jesus later carried that cross willingly, as he became a disciple of that crucified Christ. It may be that a whole family circle was brought to faith in Christ, all because of this chance encounter on the road out of Jerusalem. We should try to remember that daily. It is the story of how Jesus builds his church. One chance encounter leads to another. One person becomes a link in the chain that eventually leads someone else to faith in Christ. And it all might begin with someone who feels that he or she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But in God's purposes, there is neither a wrong place nor a wrong time. Today's reflection. Perhaps later today someone will, by chance, meet a Christian who is reading these pages right now, and as a result of that chance encounter, become a Christian. Don't you think that would be wonderful? Perhaps you might pray for it to happen.
This devotional series is being produced with the kind permission of the Good Book Company. A link to the book To Seek and to Save by Sinclair Ferguson can be found in the description below.